Good morning, guys. Today we're inside of a 2025 Toyota Camry LE all-wheel drive. That'll be going home with Brian and Carrie later today. What I'm going to do, point and click left to right, just a really quick reference guide, all of these buttons here so that they have something to look back at. So if we start over here on the left, of course the door, the lock, coming down here, window controls, window lock. So if you would like pets in the back seat, kids in the back seat, you want to disable their functioning window locks here or window buttons, you could press this, engage, press to unengage. Door locks here, lock and unlock. And then of course, if you want to adjust your mirrors, you can toggle left, toggle right, and adjust with the joystick here. Coming over here to the dashboard, you've got this first symbol here. It's going to be automatic high beams. Everybody's used to seeing automatic lights, so as long as you're ticked onto auto here, your lights are going to adjust with the outside ambient light. This takes it a step further. If you were to click this on, green means engaged, that's going to toggle your high beams up and down for you as well. Coming next door here, this is your traction control. If you were going to turn it off, you could go ahead and turn it off. You see it comes up here to let you know that has been disengaged. Coming next door here, this is going to be your brightness display. So clicking that button, you see you can toggle to whatever brightness you prefer. And next door to that, you've got your trunk release button and your gas door release button. Next door here, you see this lever. You guys know, telescope towards, away from you, up and down. So we'll get that in a comfortable place and lock it into position. This is going to do, of course, your blinker. But the whole twist on the side here, or excuse me, just on the tip, is going to be daytime running lights off. That's DRL off. Auto will be auto. And this will be your amber lights in addition to your daytime running lights. And then full headlights, if you were to engage that, your lights are going to be on all the time. For all intents and purposes, it is safe to keep them on auto. You guys see the screen here, and you know already, navigating that is going to be navigated by this up, down, left, right, OK button. Up here is our back button, and then a multi-purpose phone call button. If a phone call is coming in, your phone's already been paired. You know, if a phone call comes up, somebody's calling, you can answer it by pressing this button. If you're on the phone and you press this button, it will decline the call or end the call. And then if you were to click that button while you're not currently on a call and not getting a call, you're going to be pulling up your recents list. So just depending on the situation, that is multifunctional. Up, down, left, right here, of course, takes you through all of these different screens. So you've got a ton of information in here. Settings is probably going to be the most common, and you see, you know, if you click on this and you let it sit for a moment, all those icons disappear. So if you want to go through these, I'll kind of go through them with you. Right in the front here, this leaf, that is going to be your home screen. This is what most people are used to leaving this on. It'll tell you your total fuel economy, it'll tell you your speed, all that good stuff. You see on the bottom, you've got multiple different dots, and as one lights up, that's what's going to show you which page you're on. So you've got 3 different screens to choose from on your leaf setting, which is depending on what you prefer to see. You could, of course, leave it on the one below. This is the icon that's going to give you drive information. So if you're using your adaptive cruise control, for example, or if you prefer to see your compass, going down one more, if you prefer to see your music, that's an option. Vehicle information, and you see you get a bunch of screens here. This is a trip A, trip B. Keep going. You've got your energy monitor showing right now we're idling. The battery, because it's a hybrid, is powering the vehicle currently. And you've got your internal combustion engine up front, and she's currently quiet. We've got individual tire pressure, all-wheel drive system, and that would show you where you're sending your power to. We go down to settings. Now you can toggle these on off. You see on the bottom it says hold OK to change settings. So we would want to hold this OK button if we wanted to go into the detailed settings. So for lane departure alert, for example, right now it's set onto a buzz on the steering wheel. If we wanted to, you see it says OK for alert options. You could go to an audible beep if you don't prefer to have the steering wheel buzzing. And of course, if you go up one, you could turn it off entirely if you don't prefer to have that setting on. We'll leave it off for now. But that goes for all of the different features that this safety system is equipped with. So you can go through here, really customize, get into the weeds on what you prefer. but that's a great way to get familiar with your vehicle. And then down below, of course, you see there's no message here. That would be if you were due for maintenance, if you were low on fuel, something like that. But we'll go back to the home screen, and you see, of course, we're idling. You see the ready symbol coming up on the left-hand side of the screen. That's indicating that the vehicle is ready to be put into gear and driven away. Sometimes with the hybrids, it's tough to tell because you just don't hear that internal combustion engine running. So coming back down to our buttons here, you've got a toggle here for your volume, and then you've got your Toyota Assistant. This will sometimes default to Siri if your phone is connected and enabled. Over here on the right-hand side, you've got your cruise control button. So if you were driving and you wanted to turn that on, go ahead and press that on. Of course, she's going to tell us cruise control unavailable. We have to shift into drive, but we could press that button there to engage it. Resume. You could plus or minus your speed. You can cancel it if you need to. Mode is going to toggle you from constant speed cruise control, which is traditional or old school cruise control, to the radar cruise control or adaptive cruise control. And that's what's going to adjust to the speed of the car ahead of you. So if you have it set at 55, somebody comes merging on and they're going 53, your vehicle will pick up on that and slow you down until they are either up to speed or you go around them. Until then, it will hold you at their speed. And the distance it'll set you at is controlled by this button here. So you can choose, if you prefer, I don't know if this will let me show it to you, but it'll come up and you see as I click through here, this is adjusting right here. Those different lines, it's just the sensitivity or the amount of space you're leaving between you and the car ahead of you. This is going to be your lane trace assist feature available on highways to you. You do not have to use it. It is a one click on, one click off. So you see it come up when I click that off, but the symbols below it, that's your lane departure alert. Now you could adjust that in the settings menu we were just in. Either turn it off entirely or adjust what kind of alert it's giving you. Of course, all the bars on the right-hand side screen, that is telling you your fuel and your fuel tank, and then down below it says 452 miles until empty. Your odometer is on the left. It says 13 miles. Coming down again, we're coming back down. This is going to be your skip or next button for your radio. So if you're connected to your radio, you can cycle through your favorites. If you're on a playlist, you can, of course, skip back and forth. And then mode will cycle you through AM, FM, Sirius, and all of the different Bluetooth sources. Coming up to your screen, this is what's the standard welcome screen until we have a phone paired. We could select English, select set up later just for now, say exit. And this will be your typical home screen until your phone is paired. And what we'll do when you get here, we'll go to settings, Bluetooth and devices, and we'll pair you from there. Another really easy way when there's not a phone paired is just to hit the phone button and gives you the option to connect a device. So coming over to the center here, you've got your climate control. So if we were to select auto, it should go right back to what it was previously set on. Off would be next door or just underneath that. Your heated seat button, high, medium, and low for your driver. Passengers over here on the other side. Front and rear defrost. This will also do your side mirrors. And then this will toggle you through, if I put up our speed here, you can toggle up or down for what temperature you would like to have your set at. Your passenger can do the same. If it's on sync, it'll be controlled by the driver. And then this, of course, is fan speed, which you can toggle up or down. Next door here, you see a steering wheel with some wavy lines. That's your heated steering wheel, and you've got auto, high, medium, and low, and off. This will direct your airflow, so currently sending it to the vents up top and the floor below. So if you want it just on your feet, you can toggle through. It'll take you through all of the options there. Going through your recirculate button, if you'd like to recirculate the air in the vehicle, you can select that. AC button all the way on the end. And then if you don't have any rear passengers in the vehicle, you'd like to focus your airflow just to the front, you can select that button. That's what that will do. Coming down, you've got a few different charging options here, a USB port and then 2 USB-C ports. Your wireless charger for your phone is here. A good indication to show that your your phone is charging when this is on. You should see this turn orange, and that should indicate that the that your phone is charging. Gear shift, of course, and then down below here we've got Eco, Normal, Sport. This is your teeter-totter between fuel economy and power. So in Eco, If we give that a press, you see it comes up here with a nice green halo. I'm going to select normal so you can see what it looks like. Normally, it's just your normal blue screen, and then sport gives you a red halo. It says sport on there. So essentially, you know, eco is going to give you better fuel economy, maybe a little bit worse off in power. So you notice your gas pedal might not be quite as responsive. And in sport mode, the opposite is true. So maybe a little bit more power, but maybe not quite as strong fuel economy wise. Normal should be your happy medium. So we'll leave it there. Hold is going to be your brake hold. That's going to be great for things like drive-throughs or stop and go traffic. We can go through that more in person, but you do have to be buckled in order to use it. EV mode. This should take you through from using the internal combustion engine to the battery in the back and just help offload some of that work. Really only available to you in low power situations, and your battery does have to be charged enough in order to engage it. This is going to be your electronic parking brake, so that should be available to you if you should need, but it will engage and disengage automatically. So if you're in park, the car is already going to engage that electronic parking brake automatically, and when you put it into drive, it will automatically disengage. All right, I'm going to meet you guys inside, but this is your 2025 Toyota Camry LE all-wheel drive. Congratulations.